Archimedes' principle indicates that the upward buoyant force that is exerted on a body immersed in a fluid, whether fully or partially submerged, is equal to the weight of the fluid that the body displaces. Practically, the Archimedes principle allows the buoyancy of an object partially or wholly immersed in a liquid to be calculated. The downward force on the object is simply its weight. The upward or buoyant force on the object is that stated by Archimedes' principle. Thus, the net upward force on the object is the difference between the buoyant force and its weight. If this net force is positive, the object rises. If negative, the object sinks. And if zero, the object is neutrally buoyant. That is, it remains in place without either rising or sinking. In simple words, Archimedes' principle states that when a body is partially or completely immersed in a fluid, it experiences an apparent loss in weight, which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the immersed part of the body.
Our boat began as a rectangle with weak and short walls. When we tested it, we learned that we would need to reinforce those walls and make them taller to ensure our boat of succeeding. Our final model of the boat had stronger and taller walls that kept our boat from collapsing when we were competing in the boat regatta. This strategy worked, helping our group complete 4 laps while competing. Without the taller and stronger walls, we probably would not have been able to complete those 4 laps.
Our design worked very well for us. However, there are a couple things we would change. First of all, because of our water line, we could actually make the sides a little shorter, which would in turn help us to paddle easier. And then second of all, we would probably add a point to the front of our boat so we could cut through the water easier. Both of these improvements are just for ease of use, as our boat made it the maximum amount of laps we could go.
For our cardboard boat project, aka the Mama Duck, we constructed a simple rectangular shaped boat. Now on the day of the project, we saw various other boats, and we observed that some groups had pretty narrow boats. In contrast, our boat was rather wide compared to theirs, and I think this allowed their members to be able to row easier, but it also made their boat a little bit more hydrodynamic. Another observation that we made was that some boats had a rounded or pointed tip in the front, again to lessen the resistance of the water on the boat. These were some aspects that we could have possibly implemented into our own design. Some boats were made in such a way that the platform where the members sat on and the bottom of the boat were separated, which left a pocket of air in between the platform and the bottom of the boat, which ultimately increased the boat's buoyancy and kept it afloat.
Oh, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber Ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Bo-bo-bo-dee-o, Rubber Ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber Ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true. Oh, every day when I make my way to the tubby, I find a little
Let's go, Mama Duck! Go, Diego, go!